good win for our group. Much needed, for a lot of reasons. On the Schneid, obviously, after losing Hop, some injuries, some sicknesses, some illnesses, to get our first true road win of the season, first Big East road win was really important for us. Thought our guys just played to our standards tonight, and that was the message. That was the only message. Just, for 40 minutes, for one possession, every person, every lineup, uh, just play to our standard, and hopefully it's something it is something we have to carry over. Um, you can't win until you eliminate losing. And we didn't eliminate losing against Seton Hall, Creighton, St. John's, and Xavier. And I just have pictures in my mind tonight of many plays where we did eliminate losing, and credit to our guys. They got it done from a lot of areas tonight.
See from some of these new look lineups that you're still working with after Hopkins' injury?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, we have macro patience in this program. So that second half of Seton Hall was the first opportunity without practice to try those lineups. Then we had a few practices, and then Creighton, then a few more practices, and then St. John's. And so we've been figuring it out. We've been figuring it out. Roles have changed, responsibilities have changed, rotations have changed. And it's been frustrating with the outcome, but I felt all along, even the blowout against Xavier, I felt all along there were great opportunities and room for growth. And like I said, macro patience. There's no panic button in the state of Rhode Island, especially anywhere in our building. We just had to stay with it, and we still have to stay with it and just continue to grow.
So, Coach, you guys came into this game struggling from the three-point line. What changed for you guys tonight?
Um, I don't know league play. I mean, I think we've hit double-digit threes, I think, in all but one or two league games. Struggling from three is very minute. A team that shoots 35 is not struggling. A team that shoots 33 is. It's all about shot quality for us. Our worst stretch of three-point shooting was the second half against Xavier. We took a lot of bad threes while they were getting to the rim and getting open threes. And it was a lesson. You eliminate losing by the quality of shots you take. Take, not make. You just focus on the process. We stay with it. Shot pretty well from three tonight.
And then, Coach, you guys snapped a losing streak tonight, put up 100 points on a conference opponent. What can a win like this do for you guys as the season kind of progresses?
Yeah, it's good for the guys to have some success. It's very easy in college basketball to have great culture when you're winning, the threes are falling, everybody's telling you how great you. It's very easy to come to work the next day and put in extra work after practice. Your culture is really tested when you face some adversity. Do guys still stay after practice? Do they still come early? Do they come to work after a tough film session, an honest film session where you're the highlight of, the issues? Our staff, do we can continue to improve? So it's good for the players. It's good for the players to have some success. But our focus, our Kaizen mindset has to continue to improve.
And Maduro goes down in the first half with that foul trouble. What did you see from your group in response to that, and particularly some of your bigs coming off of that?
Yeah, we usually don't overreact to foul trouble. We usually don't sit guys in the first half with two fouls, but with our depth issues, it's something we've had to adapt and adjust to do. I thought Rafael Castro has given us good minutes all year. And we're thinking about Teeker in our lineup and playing with two bigs more often. Tonight, we didn't have to. I don't think we did. Maybe we did for a short spell. But yeah, I think we did for a short spell. We went two bigs maybe for 2.5 minutes. But they stepped up. Slim had our highest plus minus for the game. He finished with plus 33. And I've told him for the longest time, the more he does that, the more he'll see his minutes increase.
More questions?
Any questions for the Chicago kid?
What's it mean to, put up this type of performance in front of your home crowd?
It just feels good, honestly, community behind me and all that. But it just feels honestly great to get a win, get back on the winning side.
All right, good job, Richard.
Kim, what do you think the difference was late in the first half when you started to pull away, and obviously Devin early in the second half, one little push there?
They that's a few games in a row. Guys are making some shots on our terms, some really tough shots. And the focus was they were shooting 50 something percent from the field. The focus was just to get that shooting percentage down. Devin is an absolute warrior. He's playing through illness. He's had he's been sick. The last 3 nights he's been really sick. So just to get him to be ready for the game, Chris Hageman, our medical staff did a great job. He was a warrior, and he was a warrior. But the entire group, I think of it as I look at this stat sheet, I'm thinking of every guy. There were just moments where we just eliminated losing, and really, really proud of the group.
And up and down the roster there too, from Castro to obviously Richard in the second half. That's got to be good to see, at this stage of the season.
Yeah, those guys have been, it's like I said in there, it's day to day. The games obviously are so important, and that's what we're judged by. But it's the totality of the work. Those guys are having good days in practice. We had two of our best practices of the season the last 2 days. Wasn't the story, the days before Xavier. Just okay practices before St. John's, and those guys have been getting better. And I see the film room, I see the tape starting to carry over to the court, and we want to see that continue with those guys.
Any more questions for Coach?
I got one. Thanks, Arthur. Kim, you called a timeout, I think maybe 4:23 left in the first half. I think DePaul just had back-to-back baskets, and then you guys went on the close the first half on a 12-2 run. What was the kind of the message to the group at that timeout, and how nice is it to see the response that they did to close out that half?
Yeah, it was good. I wish I would have called, some timeouts the last game at a couple of different junctures in the first half against Xavier, but I had to burn one to save a 10-second violation in that game. I wish I called some earlier in the second half against Xavier. Just wanted to do a better job helping the guys get out of a rut. My nature, I love to see our guys handle adversity in the face of it and do it themselves. But again, our roster's changed. Our roster's changed. The experience has changed, losing Bryce. So how we respond to adversity, sometimes it may have to be through a timeout. We don't want to allow threes shooters to get threes, and they got two back to back. So I thought it was really important for us to stop that run.
Does this little break come at a good time, considering you lost Bryce and you were kind of form a different team on the fly a little bit?
Yeah, it does. It's always good to get a break, recoup, especially at a time where school's just started back. The guys get to not miss school. We get to get Anton really acclimated and to our group in practices. But the guys battled. I mean, Josh, the injury he had second half against Seton Hall, to battle and fight those 2 games against Creighton, St. John's until he was back, healthy against Xavier. The break would have been great last week, but for him to get healthy. But it's the cards we're dealt. We're going to keep fighting and improving.
Kim, any update on Bryce?
Yes, surgery went well today in Chicago. We were with his family, in the waiting room, all day. His spirits were great. We were FaceTime with him in the locker room. The doctors from Rush Hospital did an incredible job. His spirits are high, and this is day one of his road to recovery. And we're really excited to embark on this journey with B-Hop.
That's great to hear, first off. This is the first time we've gotten to ask you about Anton officially, now that he's enrolled with you guys and part of the team. I wonder just, what you see from him and what you hope to do with him over the next few months here in practice.
Yeah, we want to, start to look more and more like an elite Big East team. And when you see the length inside in this league, we thought it was really important. Anton is someone whose upside is really high. No pun intended. His size it's impressive. His hands, his legs, and he's someone that's going to be a formidable force inside for us for years to come.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Kim, you kind of mentioned it a little bit earlier, but how much needed was this win, one for you guys and for the players as a whole, just to get some morale going?
It was great, and again, my focus is for the guys. I really do. Obviously, no one likes to lose. They're all misery. When coaches say they don't like to lose, duh. Who does? But it's the emphasis is on us, on coaches, to keep the focus on getting better. It's such a long season. We're a third of the way through Big East play now. We had good moments. We had good moments against Seton Hall, right there, Creighton, St. John's, even Xavier. We had good moments. The bad moments outweighed them, and it was just the focus on the guys that we need to, as a program, get more good moments. Tonight was a lot of good moments for us. Thank you, guys. God bless.
Thanks, guys.